All right, Sam, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi. Hello everyone, I'm Sam. I am here today to show off Muppet RaceMania, which is a game I've been running for about 3 years now at this point. It's a kart racer from 2001, and I'm going to be doing True or Muppets today. So I think we'll just get started. If we're all ready, then
We're all good.
cool. We will go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the aim of this category is Oh, that isn't right. Sorry. We don't do a race. So believe it or not, we aren't actually going to be doing a lot of racing for a while. But the aim of this category is to unlock all 25 Muppets on the Meet the Muppets screen. And to also unlock all the boss Muppets, which involves racing against, not racing against them, beating them in the battle. Because this isn't just a racing game. This is a battle game, this is a stunts game, this is a collectathon game. It's a platforming game, there's all sorts. What I'm currently doing right now, this is the Muppet Doozer. He's stranded on the course. And we just need to rescue him, there we go. There's 24 of those throughout the run, of varying difficulties. That's the chair. Right, and now we find them up on the course. Now we need to beat Muppet Floyd in a race, and we'll have unlocked him. This is the starting boost. Just copy the buttons, and you get boost. Right. So we can do a little bit of racing in these first two splits. There's going to be a little bit of racing, but then there won't be much else for a while. And yeah, Kermit go ha ha. So all this food on the course I'm collecting, we also like to call it fruit in the community, even though one of them is very clearly a carrot. You can see it fills the beaker in the top left. Now what I would normally do for the run is I would use Kermit here and then switch to Floyd. But what I'm going to do is actually use my special move, and what that does is it unlocks any Muppet you special. It unlocks every vehicle for every Muppet you're against. So I can now actually use Floyd's vehicle with Kermit. Because Floyd's car is the fastest car in the game. Oh, hello. Floyd's car is the fastest car in the game, which is why we unlock it early. Or we try to unlock Floyd early. Unfortunately, I won't be switching to playing for Kermit for a little bit. I'll play for him in the next split, but once I get to... I do also need to win this race, hang on. Actually, I'm going to switch to Floyd from Swamp and for battles, because there's a few little things that make your Muppet choice important in this game. One is hitbox, which isn't very much. The car doesn't matter, because you can play as any car with any Muppet. But more importantly, it's your special move. And what your special move is that it immobilizes all the other Muppets you're up against. Sure, we'll do this first bit as Kermit, I guess. It immobilizes all the other Muppets you're up against for about 5 seconds. You can use your boost to skip through it, but you lose boost for doing that. Okay. Here's another doozer. So yeah, there's 24 of these. There's one on every track I'll be visiting today. That was pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to switch to Floyd now. And now we're going to go and get Robin. Also going back to special moves. Floyd's special move is really good for battles because the Muppet stays in place. For Kermit, they kind of float about on a lily... Nice. They float about on a lily pad. And they're kind of hard to hit. There we go. Okay, Swamp. This is a difficult track. We're not going to do the race, we're just going to skip all the laps. So, this...
Oh, what a difficult race that was.
Yeah, just as difficult as that level in Toy Story. really inside the claw machine. So what that was all about is, so there's no checkpoints around any of the tracks. The only check is if you've gone across the finish line or not. And this and the level studio both have a thing where you can go outside of the hitbox for the finish line. So the game thinks you've gone all the way around, but you haven't. So for Swamp, if you go like back across the finish line, touching the wall, and then when you go forward across the finish line, you're not on the wall, you'll skip laps. Saves around a minute over doing it the intended way. Nice double penguin. So yeah, there's 4 items in this game. You get them from Stars, thank you Seasoner, and Sacred, and also Max as well. There's these two, there's the bomb, there's the chicken. Bomb just kind of bounce along. Chicken is kind of like a red shell in Mario Kart. It's easy just to explain this game in terms of Mario Kart, because that's the one everyone knows.
Do you think they would drive me? Drive you where?
Alright.
Drive me crazy. Oh!
There's also the fish, which just goes in a straight line, and there's the penguin, which is your banana skin equivalent. Okay, so now this is adventure mode. You saw this in Happiness Hotel. This is where you're allowed to free roam any track you'd like, but there's also some challenges in it, where you have to save Doozer. There's collectibles to pick up, which is actually what I'm going to be doing right now, because this is a battle arena, and I need to actually unlock the boss fight. And to do that, I need to collect all the stars and all the fruit on the track. The problem is that once I've collected all of one type of thing, I will get spat out the course, and then I'll have to go in and collect another thing. So I can't like collect all of the stars and all of the fruit in one go. I always use the comparison of Super Mario 64, where you collect a star, you get spat out the stage. That's kind of how this is. It's adventure mode. But once I've gathered all the fruit, then I will be able to take on the first boss of the run, which is Sweetums. So yeah, the game, for a 2000s kart racer, this game has so much content. There's all sorts of different runs. There's runs with lots of RNG, there's runs with 0 RNG, which are stunts. There's which are also platforming, there's battles, there's collections, there's all sorts. And there's just bog standard racing. Right, epic car time. So yeah, there's 6 bosses that we're going to take on. Now, what I want Sweetums to do is to come down here, so I can just attack him. Each Muppet in a fight has 1,000 health. And we just got to grind him down to 0. The bosses do get harder. There are some nasty bosses coming our way. Namely in theatre. You die, Sweetums, please. Thank you. There we go.
There sure are a lot of pigeons here. Good thing I brought my umbrella. Oh!
So yeah, for all the tracks, I'll be going into adventure mode. At least, actually, yeah, I will be going to adventure mode in every track, because every track either has, or every track has a doozer to save. Not every track has a Muppet, most do. Ghost Town doesn't, and Central Park doesn't. Also, all rise for the official Muppet RaceMania National Anthem. Shout out to my buddy Skella Casket. Right, now we're going to get the fruit. I could get Doozer here, but he isn't in such a favourable vehicle, so I'm going to skip Doozer for now. Doozer can spawn in one of 3 different vehicles. He's currently in Robin's vehicle, who's Kermit's nephew. 07s in chat, please. There is also Rolf's vehicle, which is the one I want, which is the one he'll be in next. And he can also spawn in his own vehicle. Robin's is very clunky, difficult to move around, quite slow. Doozer's own vehicle is alright. It's a bit faster, less clunky, but still not great. Whereas Rolf's vehicle is very slidey. So that's the one I'll want to use right now to move him. So let me just get some stars. We'll see how long it takes me to get annoyed by penguins in this run. Thankfully, Penguin RNG hasn't been too bad. I mean, I did get double penguin back in Ghost Town, but that's fine. You also might be thinking, why is this true All Muppets? Well, there's an All Muppets category, which is collect every Muppet on the Muppet screen except Doozer. Then there's what I like to call Meet the Muppets %, where you unlock all the Muppets plus Doozer. And now we've got True All Muppets because you can play as the boss Muppets, but just in the battle arenas. Also, I usually say your run is, if you don't swear during the Beauregard fight, your run's invalid, but I'll try and keep it clean if I can. Beauregard is a bit of a nuisance. Where am I going? I can't see. He just likes to run away, Beauregard. And he says he isn't a great driver. Whoa! Oh, there we go. Okay. Theatre. That was a pretty good Beauregard fight. Adventure. Okay, so this is where we get the first difficult boss fight, Bill, Gil, and Jill. But we'll get to that momentarily. Is there anything you want to read out, Izzy, at the moment, while I'm collecting some stars?
Yep, we have a $20 donation from Tempstrel. Do you think any of these Muppets have a driver's license? A license? I don't think they have legs.
Oh! Good one.
Thank you very much for that donation. We really appreciate it. And that went towards Shin Very Hard DLC for Macross Shooting Insight.
Nice one, nice one. Right. That right there is the movie. We don't want to collect that just yet. If I collected the movie, I would then get spat out of the course. And I'd have to start again. So I'm going to go for fruit now. And I want to go to this area early because I need to do a pretty tight jump to go around the movie to collect the fruit. And also want to do it early because if I do accidentally get the movie, it's no big deal. I wasn't in it for too long. There we go. Let's jump. And also you have getting boosts, so you might as well use it. Alright, and now we're going to rescue Doozer. Because he'll be in the best vehicle. So, for these battles, as long as I save Doozer last, he'll always be in the best vehicle. Because the vehicles cycle round. Always. And they're always in the same cycle. Whenever he's actually on a course. So if you've already saved Doozer, the cycle then pauses until he spawns again. And it always goes this vehicle, his own vehicle, and then Robin's vehicle. Once we get into the stunts, it will be a lot more random what vehicle it will be. It won't always be this one. Like, the cycle isn't random, but yeah. Alright.
We have lots of great ideas about how to stop you.
Bill, Gil, and Jill, who have lots of great ideas about how to stop me. This is a very rough boss fight. Because, well, A, there's 3 of them. And B, boss Muppets can't damage each other. So I have to do all 3,000 points of damage myself. And I have to not die, of course. Because I have only 1,000 health too. So yeah, if I get this first try, it'll be hype. I'm hopeful that I'll get it first try. Right, I'm going to use my special move here to hold this one in place so I can go for him. As I say, if I was using Kermit right now, his special move would cause them just to float about. On NTSC, the boss Muppets don't have special moves, which is very good for the run. I don't know if it's a PAL thing, if they have specials, but on NTSC they don't. You can still, like, use boost, fill the meter and all that. And, like, you could try and press the special move button, it just won't do anything. Right, that's 2 out already, nice. Right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to wait here. Yeah, no problem. We're going to wait here for them to come in this room and... oh, no, they're going around the other way. Oh, no. These also like to run away from you. Especially when it's just 2 left. Nice. That was really good. Chamber. Will this be more or less difficult? Oh, this would be way more difficult. This would be way more difficult, in my opinion, than the Bustles in Toy Story Racer, which is another game I run, by the way. Yeah, in that game, it's 1 hit and you're out. In this, you at least get... like, you can take multiple hits. I still don't quite know what the best route to take for gathering fruit is in this course, but we'll just go with it. That was actually a 14-second best segment. I am comparing against some splits, so I don't forget the route, and that was a good split. Right, we'll go down now. Got this ring of fruit here. I have a feeling I've missed some somewhere, so we'll have to just go look for it. Yeah, I've missed 2 somewhere. So I'm gonna have to go look for them. Where are they?
All right. Well, while you do that, I just want to tell everyone that we have a new donation incentive for the Punisher for character choice coming up later tonight. You can choose between either Nick Fury or Frank Castle. So that's a new donation incentive. So be sure to donate to that.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And it's all for a good cause. Alright, so there's Doozer again. He's in a vehicle we don't really want, so we're going to wait until the next time we're in to save him. Apparently he's drunk, Doozer, which is why he's always unable to drive himself around the track. So yeah, don't drink and drive, kids. Even though I think Doozer's actually fairly old. He should know better. That there is the glorious sound of a chicken. It's also the kind of the scariest sound in this game, especially if you're on low health in battles.
Chicken?
Chicken. Alright, now we're gonna go for Doozer. So this Doozer's a little tedious, because we have to push him all the way to the other side of the room. And make sure he doesn't fall down this big pit in the middle too. Or down any of these staircases. Which makes this vehicle a little dangerous to use because it's so uncontrollable sometimes. Like, my 100% world record actually loses 4 minutes in this stage alone to various things. Also, if you don't know, some of the world records game, the main category Leagues MB, the world record is 18 minutes and 3 seconds by Z Believe. All tracks, which is play and win every track in the game, is 54:18 by yours truly. Can we get dudes? Okay, let's do this. There's all bosses, which is also me. It's a 750. I got a PB by like 0.4 seconds recently. Marley. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna scare you right off the course.
Oh. The strat here is just grind this ring of fruit, get a special move, and go for him. Right, just remember, there are no stars in the top left. So avoid that. There's all stunts, which is rather new world record now. It's I believe it's 7-11 by Rough Knight, who recently has actually turned this game on its head by discovering all sorts of glitches in the PAL version. One of which has actually been introduced to the run, as it's also NTSC viable, which is in Mallory Gallery, a skip that saves up to 20 seconds. I'll go for it when we get to Mallory Gallery much later. It's the second to last course we'll visit. Hey yo, we just had a raid come in. Hello, raiders. And other world records, trying to think. Then there's the 100% record, which, hearing all the others, you wouldn't think it's that long. 100% world record is 3 hours, 56 minutes, 44, also by yours truly. Like, you wouldn't think it'd be that long, but the thing is you have to go into adventure mode for every single track and clear it all out. You also have to get a gold star in both race leagues and the battle league, which thankfully we have a glitch that lets us essentially do that by only doing one of the leagues. I'm just going to try and get this one out first, and then... or maybe not. Okay, this isn't the best chamber, but it's fine. As long as I don't lose the battle, everything is fine. Where are you? Yeah, I'd rather get this one out so I don't accidentally try to use my special move on. Because then that's just a waste of a special move. I'm almost dead. That's kind of bad. Get penguined. Okay, you can maybe panic a bit if you'd like. You know what? I just don't want to die, so... fine, we'll waste the special there. Just to... get you out. Keep an eye on where the other one is. Where are you? Ooh. Ah, okay. So that's what we call Goomba-ing, where you jump on another Muppet's head and you do 100 damage. That's unfortunate. That's fine. We'll try again. I'll try and be a bit more cautious this time. Marley is one of those fights. It can either go perfectly or it can lose so much time. And like, there's only 2 of them, but it's just, this is a massive room to run around in. I'd say it's the biggest, yeah, it's the biggest battle arena in this game by quite some way. Well, this is good, because it's spawned on some items, so I can just attack. Yeah, we'll just use specials. Interesting. Don't know much about the Bloodborne games myself, can't lie. Whoa! Okay, let's just get you gone. Okay. Cool. Right, and now we just focus our attention on Robert Marley, who's also, I guess, if Bob is short for Robert, it's Bob Marley. Just a thing. I don't know if it was intentional by the Muppet people, but it's funny. Oh, gotcha. Ow. Okay, I'll probably just chase now. Where are you? I thought I won, which is why I paused. Just a little bit more damage. There we go. Okay. Unfortunate, but it's fine. We keep going.
It's a lagoon.
It's a lagoon.
Yeah, well, I see a lot of goons. Oh!
That's one of the worst splits in the run out of the way, so we can move forward. And if anyone else has any questions or anything about this game, I'm happy to answer them if I can. It's not the most well-known game, but I've had so many people come by my stream who are just interested to know about this game, you know?
Definitely an underrated gem.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, as I said,
From our friends at Traveler's Tales.
And as I said, there's so much content. There is so much content in this game. Seymour, what would you like to know about Thermal? We get all the fruit, and then we'll rescue Doozer, and then we fight Chief, whose name is Spam, S-P-A''A''M. But they couldn't call him that in this game for whatever reason. Probably for legal issues or something. Is it easy? Oh, it is very, very easy to get into speedrunning this game. Because, as I said, there's so many different kinds of runs. There's a category in this game for everyone. Whether you like lots of RNG, little RNG, like racing, platforming, battles, collectathon. I get it.
Who would have thought there'd be platforming in a kart racer?
Like, yeah, it's so easy to get into this game. So I highly recommend checking out. If you're looking for a new speed game, I highly recommend checking this one out. And the Muppet RaceMania community as well is awesome. Extremely welcoming. Loves to see people improve.
Whoa! I cast spell on
As I said, we've had so much activity lately because of these new glitches being found by Rough Knight. Okay, Chief, I am notoriously bad at this fight. Where are you? I haven't done any damage yet. Chief is another one that likes to run away. Where have you gone? Where are you? There you are. No, there's different amounts of fruit per level. I think the level that has the most is one of the secret courses, Disco. It has like 103 or something. Rooftops, there's quite a lot. We'll be going there soon. There is another collectible that I don't go for this run, which are tokens, and there are exactly 10 of those in each course. So that is one that is a consistent amount. Alright, where are you, Chief? Oh, I won. Okay, sure. Laboratory.
This place kinda looks like a hospital. I hope so, because this game is making me sick.
And do you know what the difference is between this laboratory and Muppet Labs? Competence. As Statler and Waldorf also like to say. At the beginning, when you load into each track, you get a Statler and Waldorf joke. There's only 2 per track, and they appear in the same order every time you load the game. So I've actually set it up for them to specifically say some of their jokes. When we get to certain courses. I wanted them to say the competence one there, but I must have forgotten. Oh, empty. That's the stars. Now we'll go for fruit, and then we'll rescue Doozer. Let's go up first, why not? Now recently I've also figured out how another glitch in this game happens. So sometimes when you're in adventure mode, you're going along collecting everything, then you might realize, oh, I'm missing something. And you think, I've looked everywhere, it just hasn't spawned. At first I thought, is that just game being bad, or... So the way that happens is, after you collect the last of something, so I get that piece of fruit. If then on that black screen I was just on, at the very end, on like the last possible frame or so, I collect anything, any item at all, it then won't spawn in when you load into adventure mode next, because I think what it is that each like session, so to speak, of adventure mode starts not when you click to start it, it's from the menu screen. And so as you've collected it kind of on that screen, the game thinks you've collected it, but the counter doesn't know that you've collected it. So it doesn't count it as being collected. Which has happened to me 5 times now, I believe. Once in Canyon, twice in Lagoon, and twice here, actually. That was a really good doozer.
Whoa! Hello.
Hello.
Just hold still and this won't hurt a bit.
Right, this is the last boss. How do you do, Van Nuter? How do you do? My name's Gavroche. If you know the reference, I'm very happy. If Van Nuter circles around here, it's pretty easy. If he doesn't, it's painful. Around this bit is fine. Charge! I missed. Oh, I missed. Where are you? He's up there. Intercept? No? Where are you? Come back. There we go. Right, that's all the battles done. So now, let's bring out Kermit for the fans, shall we?
Oh, so that's your secret. Oh.
Adventure. Alright. So these are stunts, these are the platforming levels. And they're like these side-on view. But you still, the driving control still is normal. Like it isn't like push up to tilt forward, like towards the wall, tilt down to tilt away. It's still, you have to turn left, hold left to turn left. I'm just trying to push Doozer a little further before I push him down here. Just so I've got somewhere to land, you know. There we go. And also, you're gonna see me doing a lot of retiring to try and get a good spawn here. I'm also going to be going for a glitch here, where if you collect the last of an item after hitting the Muppet, you get a double collect. And the one here is really easy. So I'm going to hit Bunsen, and then I'm going to drive into the movie, And then I'll show you the game status screen, and hopefully I can get this. Hopefully I can get this. Yep. You might have heard the sound play twice, and if I go to game status, Muppet Labs, yep, see movie and Muppet are both ticked. That's the wrong screen. Funfair, right. Now we go through stunts, there's 5 more of these, and then we actually get into races.
Do you want to go to the midway? No.
So yeah, racing in a racing game, who would believe it? Sorry, I interrupted, starting water shoot. Do you want to go to the midway? Nope, I want to go all the way. Home. Do ho ho ho. It's the only do ho ho that's actually different to all the others in the run. All the others are actually just the same voice line, just reused, like cut in different places. There's about, well, technically you could do a double collect anywhere, but some of them just aren't realistic. But we in the Muppets community have, there's 5 I would say are pretty RTA viable. That was a pretty good doozer. So here I'm going to jump backwards and try and catch a cycle on a balloon. That'll do. Okay. This is the second best spawn, so I'll just take it. Don't waste time. So the 5 courses where you could do a double collect, realistically, are Mallory Gallery, Muppet Labs, Rooftops. Mallory Gallery, you do it with a token. Rooftops, you could do it with fruit or stars. Treasure Island, you can do it with fruit. And Cape Doom, you can also do it with fruit, I believe. Or a token. No, you can do it with a token. Although I think you can do it with fruit as well. Or a token. So yeah, those are the 5 tracks where it's possible, it's RTA viable. Mallory Gallery, Muppet Labs, select course. Mallory Gallery, Muppet Labs, Treasure Island, Rooftops, and Cape Doom.
Yes, definitely. I thought you were hungry. Oh, I thought you said, do you want to dessert? Oh!
No, what? For the double collect to work, one of the last things has to be a Muppet. One of them has to be a Muppet. So you could do fruit and Muppet in one go, or tokens in Muppet in one go. But it only works with the Muppet because of that black screen that happens after you hit a Muppet. I'm just going to push it up a little bit here. Also, this music slaps, so if anyone has any dance emotes, cat jams, anything, you can spam them during this track. Okay, that was a bit scuffed, but go on. Correct, so you could, yep. Yeah, only the double collector, so you couldn't do one in Ghost Town because there's no Muppet. You can't do one in Central Park because no Muppet. Technically it's Doozer, but Doozer doesn't work in the same way. Speaking of, that was a pretty good Doozer. This'll do. This is also the second best spawn. Right, at least I can show off some of the platforming now that's in this track. Got a little bit of downtime, so if there's anything you need to read out, Izzy, then go for it.
Alright, well I just want to remind everyone that we are raising money for the Transgender Law Center. Not only do they support the queer community through pro bono volunteer work and legal resources, but they also do work in the courtroom protecting the rights and lives of LGBTIA+ Americans. Right now they are arguing cases in the areas of healthcare, immigration, prisons, and policing queer people. So thank you so much for supporting them and donating and helping them fight for our rights.
Nice, nice. Sounds like an amazing cause, I'm sure. I'll give a little donation after my run. I know it's something that
You think I could get a decent
you're very much behind, Izzy, too.
if you go someplace else?
Alright, Diner. This is my favourite stunt overall in the run. Rooftops, as a stunt, I don't mind a lot. But it kind of sucks because of Doozer in, like, adventure mode categories. Meaning this category, meet them up percent and 100%. The stunt in Diner is actually really satisfying though to do fast. This could be bad. Okay. I'm actually going to collect a whole bunch of this fruit to use for this jump coming up, so I don't have to go around the next room. Because what we're supposed to do is use a whole bunch of portals starting at the right end to get to this one. But we can just skip that. Agreed. Jawsome. And license are done.
I can see a long way from up here.
Too bad we can't go a long way from up here. Alright, so we can get some praise in chat because this Doozer is the worst. And he's in the worst vehicle as well. Okay. This could be difficult. This will be difficult, I think. Let's see how this goes. So, it's ice physics, everyone's favourite. Okay, that's one. Oh my god. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. You know what? I'll just take this one to show you some of the track. That's unironically one of the best rooftops doozers I've ever had in that vehicle. That was so good. I've lost, like, in my prep, that's nice for this marathon, I've lost like 3-4 minutes to that doozer before. Like, that doozer isn't easy. Also, pipe skip. We're gonna go to Bean Bunny. I'm still in shock about how good that doozer was. Yeah. In 100% you get Theatre and Rooftops back to back. So you get Bill, Gil and Jill and Rooftops Doozer back to back, and that's just pain. In this category, the two painful back-to-back runs are Theatre and Chamber. That was a bit of a doozy, to be fair. I guess we're doing doozy here. Don't even need to respawn in. So it also just shows how much RNG can play. Because the way you spawn into the stage is random, although there are a set number of spawns. Hup. Okay, Doozer's sliding down, let's get the items. So you can lose so much time just from getting bad spawns. Oh, nice. You know what, I might take this time to actually... why not? Let's take the time to show off something cool, as I'm nice. Or maybe not, because I might break the game. Okay, I need to go the intended way. Whoops. There's this little proxy here. But you can push Doozer into portals. So, he'll go in this one. You know what, let's just do it. Let's see what happens. Or maybe not, never mind. Doozer was like, just get on with it. Alright, you win, Doozer. But you can push Doozer into portals, and he'll travel through them, as you'd expect. Right, there's two good spawns I can get here. And that's the best one. Nice. And that's the last stunt. Here's the best named Muppet, for no reason. Smiley face. Alright, and now we're actually going to do some races.
Are there any cannibals on this island? We can only hope.
Cannibals, smiley face. Yeah, actual racing in a racing game. It's like Crash Tag Team Racing. There's more non-racing than racing. Also, my good friend here, Thermal, has run this game before, and this is your favourite Muppet, isn't it, Thermal, that I'm about to race? Uh-oh, this could be bad. Right, here's what we'll do. We'll push him all the way around, and then... Uh-oh. I'm going to get some stars. Poor Janice. For some reason, Thermal has a big vendetta against Janice. Okay. Good recovery. There we go. Ooh. Nice spawn again. Right, racing time. Yeah, great balance of platforming, racing, collecting, fighting, stunting. Which I guess is the platforming. Also, this music is also a jam. If you want to vibe to it in chat. What else we get? One more lap, and then we move on to Cape Doom. We're into the last, well, right now we're in the last 9 tracks of the run, actually. So we're getting close to the end. Still comfortably on course to beat the estimate, which is good. Despite all that time loss I had in Chamber. I lost 4 minutes to my best segment in the Chamber earlier. So this category can go a lot lower. Yes, Traveller's Tales soundtracks always seem to slap. Agreed. This, Toy Story 2, A Bug's Life.
Traveler's Tales games are just amazing. All of their pre-Lego games.
Gonzo. Gonzo is pretty cool Muppet. An animal. Now, unfortunately, I won't be using Gonzo or Animal in this run because their vehicles are kind of bad. But I'll show them after. Because there's actually something I can show that happens with Gonzo's car, which is kind of funny after the run. It happens with 3 different vehicles. Gonzo's car, Link's car, we hate Link, the spaceship, and also Bunsen's car, the hovercraft, which is the worst car in the game. This car I'm driving, Floyd's, is the best because it's the fastest. Bunsen's is the worst because it has 1 star top speed, 1 star for handling, no, 1 star for grip, but I think 5 for handling, 4 or 5 for handling. 5 for handling? I'm not sure. That's 25. Floyd's is the only car with 5 stars top speed in the whole game. None of the other cars for any other Muppets. Whoa. Tokens for stars? I'd say tokens, because they're like really like uniquely placed on the track. Whereas everything else is a lot more linear. It's quite a good, quite a fun challenge, especially if you're playing this game for the first time, trying to figure out where all the tokens are. Thankfully, on the mini-map, when you're in adventure mode, they do flash up, which helps. something I did there. If you jump over a ledge like this, right at the top, sometimes it won't give you a jump and you'll just get shot down instead. Ooh. That was a pretty good Cape Doom. Alright, secret base.
We need special clearance to get on this base. Great, let's go home. Go!
Okay, this doozer has a tiny bit of RNG to it, but I got good RNG because I need a bomb. I do need a bomb for this doozer. And he should be in the good car. Because yeah, even though I visited adventure mode again, doozer wasn't there, so the cycle didn't continue. The cycle paused. So sometimes it is worth doing like a re-roll of the course, just so you know doozer will be in a better vehicle. Because there's some courses you do not want the bad doozer vehicle, like laboratory, which is so tedious, chamber. And the good thing about battles as well is that they're relatively small courses compared to the rest. So it doesn't really matter where you spawn, you're always going to be kind of close. Alright, Bobo. Bobo's my guy for all bosses. Because he's so tall, it's very difficult to jump on his head. Ooh. Right, need an item or two that aren't penguins. Because there is a door I have to break down here. Bonk. Okay, that'll do. Kind of had to hold the controller in a weird way. Because throughout the run I'm constantly pressing my B button, which is your C circle button, sorry, on a PlayStation controller. That's your brake button that allows you to do these tighter turns that I'm able to do. And then X or square is your jump button that you've seen I've been using throughout the whole run. Like, there you go. You just jump at will whenever you want. It is kind of slow though in races, so you shouldn't really jump in races. Ooh. Right, Doc. Doc is yeah, all the tokens on each level are unique to the tracks. They're swamp, they are banjos, here they're anchors, chamber, they're like candlesticks. I don't have any items. I actually do kind of need to get some items for this doozer. To not hit Link. So this doozer can be one of the worst if he goes in the water. But thankfully we got him on dry land. Cool. There we go. And you know, I've just got a quite ahead. I'll go for a little proxy here. It might not work, and then you can laugh at me. But if we drive into this corner here. Ah, okay. You get spat up, and if you do it just right, you get shot to the roof. Right, hello Link. Screw you. I gave it a go. An effort was made. Right, there's one more mechanic, that's 25, that I haven't explained, which is something else you could do when you get a full beaker of fruit. Which is you're able to use not just your special move, but also Star Boost, which is your bullet bill equivalent, and it shoots you through the course. Also, press select. Piggy mode. Piggy mode is an auto steer. Like, I'm not holding steer right now. It's really bad, but it helps collect all the fruit there. So press R1, R1. Here you go. And the reason we use this is to avoid getting specialed in this track, because there's so much fruit. Big mode. Because there's so much fruit. And also, I'm only up against one other racer who's gonna collect most of it. There we go. Should we do this to try and avoid getting specialed? This level is miserable. Especially when you're up against five other Muppets. Like, you'll get specialed, like, 8 out of 10 runs. 9 out of 10 runs. You can, but you wouldn't want to use Piggy mode for an entire race. It would suck so much. I have done Piggy mode % before, it isn't fun. Right, Old London Town.
The fog sure is thick today. Great. It's the perfect excuse not to watch the race.
This way. First things first is, we always have to do Doozer first. Also, Merry Christmas everyone. What does everyone want for Christmas this year? Oop! Okay, whoops. Okay. I accidentally got the movie. That's fine. That's one you're almost always gonna get by accident. Toy 200 PB, felt that. This year for Christmas I would like, I don't know, a bass guitar. That'd be cool. That's, okay, that's 3 penguins in a row. Nice. Maybe even more. So I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, at least Doozer's in the good vehicle. Gotta be careful here. There we go. Because there's air vents there, and if you hit Doozer into them, it'll just go floating. Right, hello Clifford. Screw you two. A drum machine? Nice. Clifford, it's an ongoing joke in the community to hate Clifford. He doesn't pay his taxes. He has problems with the IRS, unfortunately. And he's kind of smug as well. Also, as I go over ice, I tap the boost button, because it essentially means you can go at... Nice. You can go at the same speed, but using less boost, essentially. Yeet. This, in my opinion, is the hardest race in the entire game to do fast. There's so much geometry, things to bonk on, ice, loads of things can go wrong in this race. Ba ba da ba ba ba. Da 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 da. Oh, and another thing about Christmas is the Lego Pixar lamp. That would be cool.
There's a Lego Pixar lamp?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay. I need to look this up immediately.
It's
I
in
need that for Christmas.
Lego server in my Discord, is he? Graveyard.
This is the scariest part of this race. The graveyard? No, the drivers. Oh!
That's a good one there from Statler Waldorf. This is the scariest part of this race. The graveyard? No, drivers. Yard up, Chains. Chains here is one of the all-time greats of this game. Second place in Leagues A and B. Former world record holder. Also made the original guide for this game too. For the main category, Leagues A and B. Former. Yeah. Yeah, the other Statler Waldorf joke here is a fourth wall one. Well, in the laboratory you heard them say about this game making them sick. And even in Doc, what was the one they say in Doc? Look at this shipwreck. I don't see anything. No, I was talking about the game. The other one here is that a plot over there? Not if we're talking about a Muppet movie. Oh. Alright, let's go for swag strat, shall we? Can I stop hitting the wrong buttons, please? So there's a line of fruit here I'm going to get, and then I'm just going to launch to this roof. So throw an ice in there because it pushes you back a few frames faster than if you didn't. And if you have a penguin, it can push you forwards a few frames faster if you're at a standstill. So I'm going to use a penguin here. Down to the bottom to push me down. That was a very good race. That was sub 101. Sub 1 is very difficult on that track. If I'd have got a better starting boost, it could have been.
New York, the city that never
I would say.
Until the frog and his friends bore him to death.
Alright, there's a bit of awkward platforming, but we did it. Cool. Also, unironically, the best music in the game, in my opinion. New York City. Right, and now it's Sal. We can get a better spawn than that. It just gave me the same spawn 3 times in a row. There we go, that'll do. It says, at what point does it become not worth? Ooh. This is another one of the most difficult races, and it's also the shortest race, aside from Swamp, in this game. Although there is Studio as well. Of the main courses, I think Fraggle Rock is also shorter, actually. There's a lot of tight turns here. So yeah, without any lap skips or anything, this is the shortest main course, I'm pretty certain. Yep, press start. Yeah! Alright, Mallory Gallery. This is where the new skip is. I'll go for it. I will go for the new skip.
I really appreciate
Will I guess it?
you.
Who knows?
And this isn't it.
Let's go the other way, actually. Also, there's different surfaces in this game that affect how you drive. Here we have polished floors that are a little bit slidey. Thanks, that one. I hope so. You got just your general tarmac. You got grass which slows you down, sand, obviously ice and water. Uh-huh. There we go. Like, you don't really notice like things like polished floors as much affect you in driving as much until you like really played this game for a long time. They do affect your driving a little bit. Oh, thanks, Dr. Teeth. Dr. Teeth is a PhD in funk, for those who didn't know. But yeah, we're coming up to the end of the run, right. So there's a little clip here where you can fall to the floor, but I'm actually going to get spat out because I'm going to try and launch myself into a painting over there. Got it! I got it. Nice. And I'll go for it again, because why not? I'll go for it again. There we go. Ah, not this time. That's fine. Close, but hey, I got it once. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's like not even a month old, that skip. And if you get it on both laps, save 20 seconds. Right, here we'll just do the normal floor clip. You have a wheel on the wall, and for some reason you just fall through the floor. Great job, we won! Yay! Right, and we're into the last track.
Are they racing again? No, they're looking for a place to park.
All we have to do now is just rescue Doozer, and the run is finished. But as I've got a little bit of time, I'll show just a couple of things. Just a couple of things. Yeah, as soon as Doozer goes in that portal over there, the run is done. Come on, Doozer. And time is coming up. And that's time. That is time.
GG.
And you know you've rescued all the Doozers if it sends you straight to Fraggle Rock. There we go. So first thing I want to show you is Kermit's incredible winning voice line. Which I didn't want to skip there in Mallory Gallery, it was just muscle memory. And the other thing is something interesting that can happen with, like, as mentioned, those vehicles without wheels. Come on.
Good job, we won! Yay! You know what the best part of winning the race is? No, what? It's finally over. Oh!
You also get one of those at the end of every race. One of the best ones is, congratulations, you've won the race.
You enjoy riding the double-decker buses? Yes.
Now maybe you'll do something useful with your life.
Oh!
I need Gonz. That's Beaker. I went past Gonzo. Oh, I guess I can show Animal as well. Someone said they're an animal enjoyer. There you are. But, so, Gonzo. So yeah, Gonzo's car has no wheels, so look what happens if you go into water. Just, yeah.
Go upside down.
Yeah, for some reason, I say, Gonzo's vehicle, spaceship, and Bonson's vehicle, hovercraft, this happens with. I don't know why. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think that's a good place to end. Thank you so much for that amazing run. Where can people find you, Sam?
You can find me at Twitch channel, which is the same name as I guess is posted here, whichever way, but there or there, I don't know. I stream as often as I can. I do a whole bunch of runs of different games. Usually play casual games on Sunday. At the moment I'm playing Banjo Tooie. I'm also trying to 200% Crash Bash. Ooh, painful. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, we are going to take a quick break while we get set up for the next run, so don't go away. We'll be right